from Enal Porte 1160. What has been the hardest thing about living far away from home, and what has helped you adapt? Hardest thing from living far away from home. There's this sense of guilt about feeling like I'm leaving my family behind and missing out on like really important events and days. Like I couldn't be home for Christmas the past 2 years, and I do feel really bad about that. Yeah. So I just try to call as often as I can and plan trips when I can. Yeah, that's probably the hardest part. From Kuchulain 3648, what is your favorite genre of music to listen to? I'm sorry, I cannot pick one favorite genre because I listen to very many different genres. But everything, literally everything. I know I just mentioned Afrobeats, but like I like indie pop, I like rock, I like punk rock, I like emo rock, I like classic rock, I like early 2000s pop, Britney Spears, loving it. I like K-pop, I like J-pop, I like J-rock. Japanese rock is really good, recommend it. I like rap, very different kinds of rap. My favorite rapper is Lil Wayne. I'm definitely missing out on some stuff, but I like jazz. Jazz is good. Jazz is amazing. Yeah. Can't really count out any genre. Oh, R&B. I didn't say R&B. That's one of my favorites. I love R&B. I love old R&B. I like some new age R&B. Korean R&B is really good. I recommend it if you like R&B. What is your favorite genre of music to listen to? Do you play any instruments yourself? Yes, so I play the piano. Was the first instrument that I started, and then I was in band in school and I played the clarinet, and then I learned guitar. I took a guitar class in high school, so I just learned like very basics and then just kind of messed around myself with the guitar, so I'm not very good, but yeah, those three. Cheers to you too. Thank you. Next is from Director Jake. Hi, Director Jake. Do you think you'd ever want to do ASMR full time? Okay, that's a good question, and I used to think that that would be so cool if I could, but I realized that I am a person who needs a lot of structure to keep me organized, or else I will just procrastinate every single responsibility if it's left up to me, which I hate to admit about myself, but at least where I am right now, mentally and my capabilities, I feel like I need some sort of accountability to make me go to work every day. So maybe, but also I like the idea of like going to work and it's away from my home, whereas ASMR, like I could just stay home all day every day and I'm doing it, but I feel like I might get lonely. Yeah. Next from Lotto Graves. Okay, I think this person has changed their username because I recognize the picture. I've seen this picture a lot in my comments, so I think I know you. But this person says, a couple questions to pick from. What's been your favorite video to create? Probably, like I said before, a role play where I just say random things and I laugh at myself a lot and I have a good time. What's a trigger you want to try out in the future? More whispering stuff, like higher sensitivity, whispering. Yeah, I would like to try out more whispering realm, even though I'm known for soft speaking. Of course, I'll never stop soft speaking, but it's just something new to try. How did you get into fashion modeling? Okay, when I realized that I didn't want to go back to the United States, I needed a visa because my student visa would end and then I would have to leave. So I was like, what can I do? And then I also always kind of had an interest in modeling and stuff because my mom modeled, and I always thought, oh, so cool, so fun, so fashion, wow. And I like watching videos of models walking down the runway, and as a little girl, I was like, I want to be like that. So I think part of like my childhood little girl Alise dream, and also I need a visa. So, and there's a YouTuber that I had watched, I mentioned earlier, Taylor R, who lived in Japan as a model, and that was like her visa status was as a model and entertainer. So I knew it was possible after watching her videos, so I gave it a shot. I applied to some agencies, met with some, and signed with one who sponsored my visa. And that is where we are today. Very grateful for that. Yeah, so it's not my full-time, like, love job. I feel like love and job shouldn't be in the same sentence, but not my full-time career that I see myself, like, my purpose in terms of work. I think it's more of a means to give me a visa and, like, something fun to try and experiment, but, yeah, I'll probably change pretty soon when I can get a teaching job. What are some animes that you recommend? Oh, okay. I'm gonna mention a lot of famous ones because I watch the famous ones, so sorry I'm not mentioning any crazy, like, niche anime, but, Spy Family, obviously, Haikyuu gives me so much happiness and serotonin, so if you're feeling down, it's just, like, a really feel-good, cute one. Hunter x Hunter is one of my favorites ever. Death Note is the best in terms of plot, in my opinion. The first season, yeah, so good. I've watched it like 3 or 4 times. It's so good. It was one of the first animes I ever watched, actually, and it was the best. It really set the bar high. Yeah. I'm gonna leave it at that. Oh, hello, Attack on Titan. Obviously, everyone loves it, but it's popular for a reason. It's very good. I'm sorry that I can't give you any unheard of animes. I'm a normie when it comes to anime. I watch the popular ones. Sorry. Thank you for your questions. Alrighty. From Michael, do you have any plans for the second vlogging channel, or do you just want to focus on this? By the way, hi from Czechia. Hello. Hi, I didn't know I had any viewers from Czechia. Is it pronounced Czechia? I hope I'm saying it right. I didn't know I had any viewers from this, so it's very exciting for me to hear, so thank you. Yes, listen. I want to do more vlogs, and I really have big dreams for my vlog channel. I am so bad at filming vlogs and editing, and I have so much vlog footage on my phone that I need to edit, but I'm procrastinating it, and I'm terrible about that. So, yes, I'll be back with vlogging. I'm saying it now. I'll be back with vlogging. I will. Thank you for your comment. Next is from Kat. Do you plan to stay in Japan or eventually come back to the States? I see myself in Japan for at least like the next 5 years working. And it depends on, when I decide to have a family myself, where I want to raise my kids is a really big question. And unfortunately, with a lot of the crime in the United States, particularly gun violence, I'm not comfortable raising a child in the United States. I'm terrified of shootings, particularly school shootings. I've known people who were affected by it, and one almost happened at my school, and it was terrifying, and I can't imagine what people, the trauma that goes along with if you actually have to experience that. And I don't want to send my child to school fearing for their life, and I think that's so sad that parents have to fear that, and I hope that changes. And if things do change in terms of like violence and stuff in the United States, then I would, because there's a lot of positive points about life in the United States. But yeah, I just want to have a safe environment for my child to grow up in. So as of now, I'm seeing more Japan for the long term, but things can change, so we'll see. Oh, what do you miss most about home? A lot of food, comfort food, barbecue, obviously my family and my friends, really good barbecue, barbecue, and also not being stared at out in public and feeling like nobody cares. There's just such a freedom to being able to go out in like borderline pajamas and nobody cares. It's nice. Yeah. Okay. There's an ambulance coming, so we're gonna take a short ambulance break. Okay. So there's a lot more questions, and so this is probably gonna have to be a multi-part video because I'm answering every question, or just one really long video, so we'll see. But next, Keno Beans says, what are some interesting dreams or goals that you have? Love your videos. Thank you so much. Thank you. Interesting dreams or goals. Interesting dreams or goals. Dreams or goals. Dreams or goals. I would like to go to every continent. Isn't too interesting because I think a lot of people share that same one. Goals. Yeah. Goals. Be truly 100% confident in myself, to never feel self-conscious in social situations or when I'm out in public. That would be so freeing to just let go of all social anxiety. I used to have really bad social anxiety, and yeah, I've improved a lot significantly, but I think my goal would be to just 100% be confident in who I am and accept myself. It's probably my biggest goal. Yeah. Maybe that's not the kind of answer you had in mind. Maybe you wanted something more exciting, like go skydiving. I just want to love myself. I don't know. Oh, 1 million subscribers on this channel? Is that too crazy to have for a goal? That's another goal. Yeah. Oh, speak 10 languages. Hello, obviously. Yeah. This made me realize that I should think more about my goals. Thank you for asking that. I'm gonna think more about that later. I should think more about my goals. Oh goodness. Thank you. Okay. Horror Cutie 11. Do you think you would ever branch off into the spicy link avenue of ASMR? I don't believe so. It's not for me, and no hate towards anyone who does any sort of spicy content. Total respect to you. But it's just not for me. So I'm gonna say respectful no. Thank you for your question. Alrighty. Next is old so-and-so. Is it hard to look at yourself while editing or recording and not get too self-conscious? Of course you're adorable, but it'd be hard for most people, I think. Yeah. This has changed a lot. So when I first started, I was super picky, and I would watch every single video in detail. When I was editing, I would watch everything, and I would edit out any moment that I was self-conscious about. So if I was like, oh, that sounded weird, why did I say that? I would cut it out. Or if I was like, oh, why did I turn and show like that angle of my face? That's ugly. And I would edit it out. And I was super, and like, I don't think it was healthy. So I'm really proud of how far I've come, because now I just, no filter, say what I feel. And I've filmed without makeup, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but compared to when I first started filming, I would have never done that. So I've come a long way in terms of being self-conscious when I'm looking at myself. And I think modeling has definitely helped with that because you are really face to face with what you look like from every angle. And you just really have to accept your physical form and all of its perfections and imperfections. And that's totally okay because everyone has them. We all have things we don't like about ourselves that other people probably don't even see. So yeah, not anymore. These days when I edit, like, I just kind of, like, I look at the audio stamps to see if there's any, like, high points where it's, like, a loud noise, and I'll cut that out, but I don't even watch myself anymore. I'm like, whatever. It is what it is, and then I upload it. So thank you for your question. Shaved almonds. Wow, what an interesting name. What's something about the world that you find utterly fascinating and could rave about it for an extended amount of time? Language. Language is such an interesting concept and something so specific to humans, and I think it's what separates us from other species. And people say that, yeah, bees dance to communicate. But do they write sonnets? Do they write novels? No. Do they sing love songs? Do they make ASMR videos? No. So language is so cool, and the way that language evolves and has evolved over thousands of years, and it's always evolving. It's changing now. English will never be the same. It's always changing with new dialects, new accents as people migrate and people change and culture changes, and we have new words and new concepts. It's so cool. Isn't it so cool? You should agree because it is really cool. Yeah, I could talk about language forever. Thank you. Okay, from Laura. In your last Q&A, you said only one friend, your mother, and your boyfriend knew you do ASMR. How's the secret going? It's not a secret anymore. Everybody knows. Is it still a secret to the people you know? No. I'm loud and proud as I'm whispering into the microphone about my ASMR channel. Yeah. And even strangers, when they ask what I do, I say, oh, I model and I do YouTube. And then they usually ask, oh, what kind of videos do you do? And I say, do you know what ASMR is? And usually they'll be like, no. And then I have to tell them. Or if they do know, I'm not embarrassed about it anymore. Because, like, what are you going to judge me for? Huh? At least I'm doing what I want to do. So, yeah, I don't keep it a secret anymore. Thank you for your question. Mr. Man 308. How did you discover ASMR, and what was your first known trigger? So I talked about how a kid named Tyler showed it to me in 10th grade at a party, and then my senior year of high school I actually started watching it. My first known trigger was personal attention soft-spoken role plays, so literally latte ASMR. So like, oh, I noticed that you have something on your face here. Okay, I'm just gonna take care of this for you. Let me just, like that kind of ASMR. Loved it, still love it. Thank you for your question. Okay, Saturn Spotter. What's your favorite part about living in an Asian country? Do you listen to any Japanese or Korean music artists? If so, who's your favorite? Okay. Favorite part about living in Japan, I've kind of already mentioned. I enjoy a lot of aspects of being in a collective culture and really caring for my environment and the people around me gave me a new perspective on living in a society because we live in a society now. Yeah. And then do you listen to any Japanese or Korean music artists? Yes. Before I ever moved to Japan, I really liked K-pop, and I still like K-pop, always will enjoy K-pop, but I got into K-pop when I was in high school. Obviously like BTS, but my favorite boy group was EXO. I still love EXO, SHINee, NCT, girl groups. These days I don't really listen to boy groups. I mostly listen to girl groups if I do listen to K-pop. Twice is probably my favorite girl group. I really like New Jeans. They have a really cool sound. New Jeans, and there's a very new girl group who I think is going to be super big, and I think they're really unique. Oh my god, what are they called? Oh no. It's with Natty. Oh my god. Oh, I'm totally blanking. Oh my goodness. I have to look this up right now. Give me a second. K-pop. Natty. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Natty. Kiss of Life. I really like their sound. It's kind of like, I feel like there's a lot of R&B influences, and they have more of a mature like sound and image, and I really enjoy their songs. Yes. And as for Japanese music, probably Vondi is my favorite Japanese artist. In Japanese they call him Boundy. But he does like kind of soft rock, J soft rock pop. I don't know what you would call it. I don't know, bedroom pop, is that what it's called? I don't know, I'm sorry. But yeah, he has a really unique sound. So I recommend him. I lost my place in where I was. Okay. Boundy, yeah. One OK Rock. In Japanese they call it One Ok Rock, which makes a lot more sense than One OK Rock. Official Hige Dandism. Yeah. There's more. My mind blanks when I have to think of the name of bands or artists. I don't know why I can't think of names, but I can like imagine their music. Anyway. Oh, King Nu. That's who it was. King Nu. I really like King Nu. They're getting popular here these days. Okay, from Saturn Spotter. What's your favorite part? Oh, you just asked me that and I just answered. I'm sorry. Thank you for your question. Okay, Carrie. What are the funniest, most random comments you've had in your videos? Comments. Some people make some really funny comments. Like, oh jeez, this one is so funny. I was holding a toilet paper roll up to the camera to where it looks like, you know, you're inside of the tube, and I don't know what I was doing, like, whatever, trigger. And somebody, like, time-stamped to that moment and said, like, POV, you're the last chip in the Pringles can or something. You're the last Pringle. It's funny. I like comments like that. Have you been recognized in real life? Yes, today it happened. It was probably the most overwhelming experience of being recognized, because I had been recognized before, and there's another ambulance coming. Okay, the ambulance is gone. Today I was at the train station waiting at the platform as the train was gonna arrive soon. It was very busy, and I'm standing in line because in Japan everybody stands in lines to wait for the train, and the man next to me taps on my shoulder and holds up his phone, and it's on my channel, and he's like, and I was like, and I start laughing, and he starts like freaking out, like reacting like I'm Justin Bieber or something. It was crazy, and it's like causing a commotion, and everyone turns around and starts staring, and he's speaking Japanese, and he's like a Japanese salary man. I didn't know Japanese salarymans watch my videos, and it was so crazy. And then the train came, and we got on the same train, and he's still going when we're on the train. And on Japanese trains, you don't really talk. You're supposed to be quiet. But he was just so excited, and he was like, oh, I can't believe it. Shinjirarenai. And he was like, look, I'm subscribed to you. And we were talking, and it was really sweet. And so I was like, what's your name? And he showed me his kanji, and he was explaining his kanji. And we had a nice little conversation. It was a very sweet experience, but also very shocking for me, because I'd never experienced it to like that intense of getting recognized, of someone being excited about it, you know. So that was really cool. And that's funny, that happened today, and now I'm answering that question. Do your friends know about your channel? Yes, anyone close to me knows about my channel. I don't hide it. Or just a selection that already know about ASMR. So I used to hide it and just tell people who also watch ASMR, but then I was like, I don't care. If you're gonna judge me, that's your fault. So no, I'm open about it now. Thank you for your question. From DG, what are a few of your bucket list things that you want to achieve in life? Okay, I've already mentioned travel, for sure. Travel. There's a lot of animals that I really want to meet. Like, I saw a video. Okay, I really like otters right now. Sea otters, river otters. I really want to meet an otter. I would like to meet a camel. Camels actually have the cutest little faces. I didn't realize that. They're like giraffes, but different. So yeah, giraffes and camels. I would like to say hey to. Yeah, and then other bucket list stuff is, I used to say skydiving, but I changed my mind. I don't have any desire to go skydiving anymore. I don't want to go to space or anything. I'm not a big like ocean person. I'm scared of the ocean. So anything on land on Earth, I'm totally down for it. So, yeah, I would just like to see things in real life that I've dreamt of seeing, that I've seen in photos. You know, famous landmarks and stuff like that. And just take nice pictures. But for any crazy bucket list things, I guess the only like really countable one is to learn at least 10 languages. And when I say learn, I mean like I can have a conversation in them. We're almost halfway there. Thank you. Oh, and maybe 1 million subscribers. That would be cool. Thank you for your question. Okay, your favorite place in Japan and in the US? In the US, I really like Washington, D.C. Of all the places that I ever been to in the United States, I just got like really good vibes from Washington, D.C. And I like history a lot, and I like parks and outdoorsy, like nice, and the weather is really beautiful, and they have cherry blossoms. It's like the only place in America that has cherry blossoms, which are also in Japan, so it's just like a funny connection. So yeah, I really like Washington, D.C. It's beautiful. And I like the Smithsonian Museum. Is so exciting. I could spend all day there. And my favorite place in Japan is really hard to pick. I guess it depends on my mood. Probably the most memorable place I've traveled is a town called Shirakawa-go, and it's more of a village. It's very small. It's a World Heritage Site, and it's hard to describe, but it's in the mountains of Gifu, which is kind of north, but like north middle Japan. And it's really, they've preserved the traditional architecture, which is made of a lot of sticks and leaves and stuff, but like made into big kind of, it looks like a log cabin, but if it was made of like small, like straw kind of, and wood. And it's like a village, and everything, it's like going back in time when you go there, and the people are very, very sweet, the locals. And I went in the summer, and I would like to go back in the winter. It's really beautiful in the winter when there's snow and all the snow on the roof. So I really recommend going Shirakawa-go. Please visit if you ever come to Japan. It's beautiful. Oh, if you could learn to play an instrument, which one would it be? Okay. I'm always jealous of people who can play the flute, because I was told by my band instructor that I can't, and because of the shape of my mouth, I have the thing here that when I can't whistle, I can't, like, it doesn't work. And I can't play the flute. When I blow into it, no sound comes out because the air is obstructed by something here in my mouth. I don't know. So I like physically can't, sadly. So I would love to play the flute because I think it's really pretty, but I just can't. Yeah, thank you for your questions, Angel. Okay, next is from Jacob Books. Future plans for the channel. Next goals, schedules, etc. I want to be on a schedule of uploading Monday, Wednesday, Friday is ideal for me. I'm very unorganized with my uploading. Like, I'll go through a phase where I'm like, boom, 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 like 5 videos in a week, and then I'll skip a week, and then I'll come back 10 days later, and I'll go boom, 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 and then I disappear again. I work in, like, my energy's up and down, and it's not very good, so I would like to be more steady, for sure. 3 videos a week sounds good to me. Next, goals. I guess my next one would be 200,000. 200,000. Yeah. And I want to upload more shorts because it helps get to a wider array of viewers. Yes. Thank you for your question, Jacob. Okay. Laura says, how did you become interested in linguistics? I kind of already answered this. I'm sorry. There was never like a turning point. I've always been very interested and intrigued by languages. But when I took my intro to linguistics class as an elective before I was a linguistics major, it just kind of solidified that, yeah, like, this is super cool. And I enjoyed doing all the homework, so that was kind of a sign. How did you learn the languages you speak now? So Spanish, 2 years was required in public school, and then I just kept going, and I did 5 years in total throughout high school, and a year in middle school as well. And then Korean, I took classes at university. Japanese, I took classes at university, and then living in Japan has just made me, I would call myself, I'm borderline fluent. I'll say borderline fluent, because there's a lot of specific contexts where I don't know the proper vocabulary. Like maybe in a very business setting, I would be a bit lost. But in terms of daily life, I'm pretty good. Yeah. So that's how I've learned. And also with Korean, I made Korean friends who helped me practice, who are really sweet. Yeah. How are you? Okay, this is Enigmatic Insomniac. How are you able to stay in Japan after your school year was up? Modeling gave me a visa. I have a Kogyo visa, means entertainment visa. Do you plan on living in Japan or moving back to the US? So I touched on this earlier, but for the foreseeable future, I'll be living in Japan, I believe, because I really like it here. Okay. Thank you. Amias Martin. How do you come up with ideas for your videos? Congrats for 100K, thank you. It's funny, like, I have no idea what I'm gonna film until, like, right before I start. I set up my camera. No, not my camera. I don't have my camera. I set up my phone on my microphone and everything. And I sit here and I'm like, what am I in the mood for? So first I decide if I'm in the mood for a role play or in the mood for rambling. And then if I ramble, I just go. I just talk. It's like writing in my diary. And if it's a role play, I try to incorporate some kind of, like, where I would be close to the camera touching. So I think of, like, what kind of motions does that involve? And that's, like, how I came up with drawing on the face thing. And then I just have a lot of fun, basically, like, improving the role plays. They turn out the best when I don't plan. I just say what comes to mind. It comes off a lot more natural. Yeah, that's how I do it. Thank you. What is your experience flying to Asia? Best airline? Any airport stories? I always try to fly Delta just because I'm collecting miles, and I recently became a Silver Rewards member, whatever that means. Any airport stories? I've been pretty lucky to not experience anything too crazy at an airport or on a flight. Just that I can't sleep on flights, so I always end up staying awake for, like, pushing 48 hours whenever I fly, because I'm usually awake last minute packing because I'm a terrible procrastinator, and then I go to the airport, and then the whole flight thing takes like 24 hours, and then I arrive, and then I'm so, like, excited about where I just arrived that I can't sleep and that I'm just awake and awake and awake. So yeah, I watch a lot of TV. I watched the entire season 2 of You. Not season 1, they only had season 2, and I didn't realize it until I was halfway through that this is the second season. No wonder there's things that I don't understand, but it was still really good. Yeah, thank you. Sorry I don't have any cool airport stories. I want to give you something good, but I don't have anything good. Sorry about that. I like being at the airport, though. It's really cool. Everybody's going somewhere different. It's exciting. Thank you. Next is Kirsten Folks says, favorite thing to talk about when doing ASMR? Oh. Either language stuff, cultural differences that I experience. Language and culture obviously are really interesting to me. I like ranting about my day. It's a good release for me. Just talking about whatever's on my mind or any interesting thoughts that I have. I'm like, what about that? And I can really like get all my ideas out when I ramble. So that's always fun. And my favorite role plays, yeah, just the stupid ones. Like, I think the silliest one I did recently was stapling your face, which sounds kind of harsh when you just think about the title, but yeah, that was pretty dumb, but it was fun to make. Yeah, thank you. Kane says, what is your favorite dessert? 2. Ice cream. I love ice cream. I like chocolate ice cream, but not too much chocolate. So like more of a different base, like a coffee base with chocolate in it. That's my ideal ice cream. I love ice cream. I love ice cream. Tom and Jerry's does not exist in Japan. I miss it. Tom and Jerry's has really good ice creams that I miss a lot. And then my second favorite dessert, there's actually 3, sorry. My second is cookies, chocolate chip cookies, and I like them more on the crunchier side, not soft. Love cookies. And then cheesecake. I am a big cheesecake fan. Japan has very good cheesecake. It's different. It's not like as creamy. It's more of like a baked cheesecake, and sometimes they're like jiggly and they're really yummy. And this person also asked, have you tried jagariko? Listen, I'm obsessed with jagariko. It is my favorite snack. And I went through a phase in the first year of being here where I ate it literally every day. Like every single day. I cut back. For those of you that don't know, jagariko is like potato chips if they were in the shape of French fries. And they're very crunchy and they're so yummy. It's like French fry potato chips, but just really good. And I like the butter ones and I like the cheese ones. Those are my favorites. I'm obsessed with jagariko and I want to eat them right now. Thank you for asking. Okay. Oh, the Night says, do you ever consider visiting other Asian countries like South Korea, or is Japan the only one on your radar? Absolutely. I want to go to every country possible. I recently went to South Korea for the first time, and I can't wait to go back. I would like to visit other cities outside of Seoul. And then I probably will be going on a little trip this summer with one of my best friends. So we were discussing like Taiwan, Singapore, maybe Thailand, possibly like Hong Kong. Yeah, just around Asia, wherever we can go. So we'll see. Yeah, I can't wait, but I would love to go everywhere possibly that I could go. Yes. Okay. What Trip Burnett says, what brings you joy and can always make you smile or laugh? Babies and animals. Whenever I see like a small baby who's barely walking, I'm like, love that. I love animals. I really love animals. I like to watch animal videos. Those always make me feel better, like funny cat or dog videos or just like cute ones. Or if possible, Japan actually has a lot of places where you can meet different kinds of animals. Like animal cafes are really common. So cat cafes are the most common. There's dog cafes. There's all kinds of cafes. Yeah, I met a sloth at a cafe. That was really cool. Yeah, I just love animals and they make me really happy. And also I like grandparents a lot. Grandparents are really sweet. And I like listening to their stories and sharing my stories with them. That always makes me smile too. Makes my heart warm. Thank you. Okay, Cozy ASMR says, what is a great gift to give someone when they first move to Japan? Okay. So, if you have the smelly armpit gene, American deodorant, put that at the top of the list. They moved to Japan, a good gift. They moved to Japan. That's something I use. Reusable bags, like tote bags and stuff, if they don't already have a good supply, because plastic bags cost extra when you're shopping. Understandable, so they like reduce the amount that people use plastic bags, but it's just really useful to always have one on you if you ever buy something. What's something I use a lot? What is something I use a lot? Yeah. Sorry, that's all I got. Deodorant and a reusable bag. Thank you for your question. I really want to give a better answer. I want to give everybody a good answer. Shoot. What if it's like something that we don't have in Japan? I did that with deodorant. Barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce. There's no barbecue sauce. You can get barbecue sauce at McDonald's with your chicken nuggets, but like you can't really buy a bottle of it. It's hard to find. Barbecue sauce. Thank you for your question. Okay, Ghastly257. Bit of an odd question, but is ramen better in Japan than it is anywhere else? I may be biased, but I'm going to say yes. I think they have perfected the art of ramen. However, ramen in South Korea is very yummy, and I've heard ramen in China is very yummy. I haven't had Chinese ramen yet, so I cannot say. I've had Chinese style ramen in Japan, but I can't say if it's fully authentic or not. So I'll let you know when I go to China and try. But ramen in Japan is very delicious, so I would have to say it might be the best ramen in the world. I like miso ramen. I like a lighter miso ramen. Like white miso ramen is delicious. Kyoto white miso ramen, super good. Okay. Abigail Johnson, how long do you hope to live in Japan? At least the next 5 years is what I'm thinking. Would you want to live in Japan permanently? It all depends on my family situation. Permanently is, that's a big word. I would like to experience life in another country other than Japan, so maybe not permanently, but I think it will always be a home for me that I can come back to. Yeah, but I do want to live other places as well. Thank you, Abigail. Okay, SKO59. If you could choose to have one song play every time you walk into a room, what song would you choose? That's such a hard question, but a very good question. Okay, my favorite song today is Why Are You So Obsessed With Me by Mariah Carey. The one where it's like, why are you so obsessed with me, boy, I wanna know. Do you guys know that song? Classic. And I think it's hilarious if I walk in with my fake confidence. I'm like, why are you so obsessed with me? That's so funny and very full of myself, but I like that song today, so that's my answer. That's a funny question. Thank you. If you could be any animal, what would you want to be? I'm a cat. I am a cat. I know that my animal would definitely be a cat. My personality is so cat-like. I'm very introverted. I don't open up to a lot of people, but when I do, that's my person, you know. I like my space. I love cats. I really understand cats. I like cats so much. Yeah. When did you start watching ASMR? High school, senior year. Does your boyfriend watch ASMR? No, he didn't know what it was before I told him about my channel. He watches my videos. That's it. He doesn't need it. He's very good at sleeping. He could fall asleep anytime, anywhere, so he doesn't need it. Thank you for your questions. From Tonix21, do you have some hyperfocus, very specific? Yes, languages. I think it's becoming a bit apparent in this video. Yeah, I'm very obsessed with languages. And then other like smaller hyperfixations change from time to time. I don't know if I have one in particular right now. I'm kind of maybe between stages. Linguistics. You said I have in study. Oh, in calculus and physics. That is very impressive. And I salute you for having a hyperfocus in calculus and physics. That's very cool. I could never. I wish I could. Very cool. Yeah. I'll say linguistics and languages for me. Thank you for your question. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Alright. What's one movie you love and one movie you hate? Okay, I love the Curious George movie. I hate Dune. The new Dune movie that came out kind of recently with Timothée Chalamet, however you say his name, and Zendaya. First of all, why does Zendaya have 5 minutes of screen time? That was disappointing. Second of all, they just made it so boring. I was like, where's the plot? And it never showed up. It ended before there was any plot. Like, the end got a little interesting. And I understand the book is very good. I've heard good things. I never read it. And I also understand that the next part of the book, where it would continue, will be in the next movie. It was just like a lot of nothing happening. And the visuals were incredible, but I need a plot. I needed substance. I watched it on the airplane on my flight. I think it was back to Japan. I don't know if I was going to Japan or the United States, but yeah, I was really disappointed by Dune. Didn't like that one. Thank you for your question. Okay, Tekka Man Infinity says, what do you get if you multiply 6 by 9? 54? Are you trying to test me? Is it 54? I hope it's 54. I'm gonna open up my calculator right now. Where the heck is the calculator at? You know what? I'm gonna trust my gut. It's 54, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Okay, Spooky Irving 3210. What type of mic do you use for ASMR? This is a Blue Yeti. I think it's just the plain Blue Yeti. The standard Blue Yeti in silver. What's your passion in life and what do you aspire to do? Passion about language and cultures, and I would like to do stuff in teaching languages, particularly English because I'm a native speaker, and then I would like to do research in that to help people be able to learn languages better in the future. Thank you. Alise, do you have any siblings? If yes, tell us about them. I have one older brother whose birthday is today. He's turning, he's 3 years older than me, so he's turning, he's old, he's turning 26. Wow. We are very different. We didn't get along very well growing up, and we don't speak now. I don't have any bad feelings about him. We just don't speak. It's fine. He has a kid. He has a 2-year-old, so he became a father quite young. He's the CEO of his own company, which he started from the ground up, and I'm impressed. It's built up to something quite big. It's his life. He loves his work. He loves his company. Actually, my parents work for him. They ended up working for his company when it started to take off, and yeah, they're doing very, very well. So I'm proud of him in his own way. But he's he didn't go to college, and he said college is a waste of time, and I understand his perspective because for what he's doing, he didn't need it, but I wish that he would be a bit more open-minded, and I'm afraid that he doesn't respect me for what I'm doing. I wish he could see that just because I'm doing something very different from him doesn't mean I can't be successful as well in my own way, because I can admit that he's successful, but I'm afraid that he doesn't view me in the same way. And he still lives in the town that he was born in and is doing a great job in what he's doing there, but I think that I just wish he'd be more open-minded. Like, I don't think he is interested in, like, leaving the United States ever, and I don't think he understands why I moved to Japan. Yeah, so I just wish he would be more open-minded. Yeah, he's doing really well for himself though, so thank you for asking. Giselle says, what's a food you can eat forever and not get tired of? Probably chigari-ko, the thing that I was just talking about. The the French fry shaped potato chips from Japan. Really good. Simplistic, says, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Do you hope to keep making content? So yes, I would always like to keep my YouTube channel. I really enjoy it. I really do. So yes, I'll still be here in 5 years, hopefully. In 5 years, maybe I'll be married. That's scary. Yeah, maybe I'll be married, and maybe I will be considering becoming a mother, or around the time of becoming a mother, or maybe I will be a mother. So entering my family era is where I would like to be in 5 years, and I would have liked to have a lot of experience teaching, to feel confident in my teaching abilities and be moving on to be a researcher in the field of teaching, to add more to it instead of just, doing it. So hopefully that's where I would like to be. Thank you for your question. Pure Frost 671, what is your favorite season? Mine is autumn. Mine is also autumn. I love autumn. Yeah, the weather is the best, the foods are the best, the holidays are the best, everything's the best. Stretchcraft says, what's your favorite drink to order at Starbucks? It depends on if we're in America or Japan, because some menus are different. American Starbucks is better, and my ideal drink would be an iced latte with oat milk and toffee nut syrup. I really like those kinds of nutty flavors, and it's delicious with oat milk, but it has to be iced. Thank you for your question. A treason 3514 says, what is your favorite triggers and triggers that you hate? I love soft-spoken, personal attention type role plays, like anything Latte ASMR does. Hate, I'm not a fan of mouth sounds. I actually became more okay with it, but I would say eating ASMR. That doesn't relax me, it just makes me hungry, so not that I hate it, it just doesn't really do it for me, so I would say any kind of eating ASMR. Thank you. Okay, RazCD91111 says, favorite video game and album. Okay, video game, Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing or Super Mario Galaxy. I like Nintendo games. I like Smash, Melee. And then music album, that's very hard to answer, but some of the ones that are definitely up there, I like, I think it's called Constellations is the name, I'm pretty sure it's the name, by Jack Johnson. It's a very good album. Yeah, I'll just give you that one, there's a lot. Thank you so much. Okay, GDFAFM1036 says, favorite childhood memory or defining life moment? Gosh, these questions, I don't know how to answer that kind of question, and it's something that's gonna make me think and think and think and think. And it's a really good question, but defining life moment. Okay. This is a bit later in my childhood, but it was a very defining life moment. When I was a freshman in high school, I went through a really hard time, and I didn't really care much about anything like school or doing good things or whatever. I was going through it, and my grades were not good. I was a very different version of myself, but it was, I had to go through that to get where I am now, so it's okay. But there was a teacher who was the best teacher I've ever had. She was very, very passionate about what she did, and she really cared for her students. And she told me that no matter what you're going through or where you come from or who you are, you know, the only place where everyone is equal is in the knowledge that you can hold, and nobody can take your knowledge away from you. Like, somebody could be rich and have a lot of money, but, you know, that, I'm not explaining it well, but basically, she was like, it doesn't matter where you come from, you know, that's why education is so important, because if you have access to education, that is your power, and nobody can take that away from you, no matter like how poor you are or how difficult your childhood is. And that really spoke to me, and that made me feel like I do have power. I do have something I can control. And from that moment on, I had straight A's for the rest of my academic career. For the rest of high school, I got straight A's, and then for all of my bachelor's degree, I got straight A's, and I graduated university with a 4.0. And yeah, I'm really proud of myself, and yeah, I'm really proud of myself. So that was a very defining life moment, because I think that teacher genuinely changed my life. She made me realize that I do have control over my future through education. So if I take school seriously, that's mine. Nobody can take that away from me. How much I learn and how much, you know, how well I do. And it got me where I am today. So I'm very, very thankful for that. Yeah. Oh, that turned out very serious. Thank you for your question. Stevie Bridgers, what movie do you relate to the most? I keep going back to the Curious George movie, but I do relate to that movie a lot, especially after moving to Japan, because when, I don't know if you guys understand the plot of the movie, but basically it's like the backstory of how George ended up living in New York City with that guy in the yellow hat. But George went home back to New York from the man with the yellow hat, like went to Africa he worked in a museum, and he was going to see some artifacts or something. And George, I think, snuck back. And when he got to New York, it was like really shocking for him, and he had to adjust a lot, and I relate to that a lot because I felt the same way when I came to Japan. Yeah, so I relate to George a lot in that way. I know it sounds silly. Thank you for your question. Dean bought 7483. What languages have you learned or learning? Okay, Spanish, Korean, Japanese. Now I'm studying Chinese as well. Yes, thank you. Ryo Ken 3096. What's your favorite Japanese food? I said this earlier, but I love katsu, particularly miso katsu from Nagoya. You should try it. Logmouth, what is your favorite bug type Pokemon? Oh geez Louise, I gotta look up bug type Pokemons. Give me a second. You know, it's funny, I was just learning about bug type Pokemons. I gotta, hold on. I don't know the specific names. Bug type Pokemon list. Okay. Oh, yes. These dudes are so cute. I think I like Weedle. I think I like Weedle. I'm gonna have to go with Weedle. Yeah, Weedle, final answer. Thank you. Do you have any pets? Not in Japan, sadly. In America, at my parents' house, we have a cat named Twyla. And I grew up with cats, and I had one dog growing up, and I adore all of them. If not, what would you like to have as a pet? Cat. I'm counting the days when I can get a cat. When I have a more when I have more apartment, when I have better apartment, I would like to get a cat. Thank you. Do you watch anime? If so, what would be your top 3? I haven't watched anime in a really long time, but my top 3 would have to be like Attack on Titan, and then I don't think any order after that, but Hunter x Hunter, Attack on Titan, Hunter x Hunter. Oh, Death Note. Yeah, Attack on Titan, Death Note, Hunter x Hunter, kind of no order, kind of all equal. Thank you. Where else would you move to? What's your second favorite culture? Oh, geez. I gotta visit some places before I can answer that, because I don't know until I experience it. But the only other countries I've been to other than the United States and Japan is South Korea, and South Korea was really cool, so maybe South Korea. Thank you. Cheyenne says, who's your favorite ASMR artist and why? I like Latte because she has the perfect soft-spoken voice, and I really admire the effort that she puts into all of her role plays, and she like transports you into this world where it's like you're literally in the room of a doctor's office. She's very, very talented and an amazing ASMR artist. Nilo Flake says, what is your favorite tree nut, ground nut? Okay. I think about this one a lot. Because I really like consuming different types of nuts, and I think pecan is going to be somewhere at the top of my list. I love pecans. I like what you can do with pecans because they're really yummy on their own. Straight up pecans, good. But they're very versatile and can go into a lot of like desserts and stuff. I like almonds because they're just like easy. And then in terms of just straight up yumminess, we're just having the nut, not doing anything to it. Pistachios are really good. I really like pistachios. Yeah. And if it's like flavor of something, then like hazelnut flavored things are really good, but I wouldn't say that I like eating straight up hazelnuts. Yeah. Thank you. That's a good question. And then Versus Maxwell says, in all capital letters, what's your favorite kind of cereal? Okay. Funny thing, in Japan they don't really have cereal, and a popular souvenir that you can bring back to Japan from America is cereal. And that's like Japanese people have this image of America as having a bunch of crazy sugary cereals. So I like Honey Nut Cheerios. I do. You can't go wrong with Honey Nut Cheerios. Thank you. Okay, would you ever move back to the United States or somewhere else? I miss my family, so yes. But if it's like a long-term thing where I have children, like I said before, there would have to be a change with like violence and stuff for me to feel comfortable having a family. Yeah, I would be way too anxious about guns and stuff. So somewhere else, yeah, I'm super open. I just need a place that is safe and has yummy food. Safety and yummy food. Yeah, thank you. How did your interest in Japan start? So, I was never like not interested, but I wasn't particularly interested in Japan more than any other country until I met my boyfriend. And I started studying the language because of him, because I wanted to get close to his family because they didn't speak English. And also I felt like it was unfair that he had to struggle to speak his second language to communicate with me, but I didn't have to do that, so I was like, okay, I should learn Japanese, so it's more, I don't know, I just feel like it's more fair. And then from learning the language, I got to know more about the culture, and then I started to make Japanese friends, and then I came here to study abroad, and then I fell in love after moving here. And yeah, no, I really like it here. Thank you. Ramps975 says, congrats, hope you have a great 2024. Oh, no question, but thank you, you too. Thank you. See You Space Sam says, how did you get into modeling? Yeah. So I mentioned that I watched a YouTuber named Taylor R who modeled in Japan, and it gave her a visa to live here as she was making YouTube videos. And I had a YouTube channel and I needed a visa because my student visa was going to expire. So I reached out to modeling agencies and I got signed and they sponsored my visa. So I'm very grateful for modeling because it gives me a way to live here. Thank you. Yikes Ping Pong says, movies or TV shows? Definitely TV shows, because I get sad when movies are over, and TV shows never end because I won't finish it because I'll get sad. Books or comics? Books. Nothing against comics. I just haven't read many comics. And I feel like there's more variety in types of books. But then if you're considering manga, there's like every kind of story with manga, so I can't necessarily say that. Favorite genres: romance, mystery, etc. I like when it's kind of, has a little bit of everything that you need, like something suspenseful and exciting with a really good plot. I like a good mystery, twisty turny, but throw in some romance in there, an appropriate amount of romance, and yeah, that's my ideal. Yeah, thank you. Okay, what is this? McKenna McDonald. I'm sorry, McKenna, I butchered that one. What's your favorite American TV show that you watched as a kid? Curious George. Loved it. Curious George. But I guess I have to mention a few others. I also liked Martha Speaks. I liked Cyber Chase. I was a PBS Kids kid, so any PBS Kids shows. Arthur. Yeah. Thank you. And if it's like Disney Channel or Nickelodeon stuff, then I liked iCarly, was hilarious. I liked Victorious. Hannah Montana, obviously. I really liked Wizards of Waverly Place. Okay, thank you. What's your favorite snack? These days I'm really into cheese and crackers, and I'm becoming like a cheese connoisseur, and I'll go to the imported cheese section at the grocery store and I'll find a new cheese and I'll eat it on my little crackers, and I feel like such an adult for doing that. Like, that's peak Alise adult, is eating my imported cheese and crackers. So yeah, that's my favorite snack right now, and I think Gouda is my favorite cheese. Gouda. Okay, thank you. I remember like a million years ago you made a vid playing Animal Crossing on your DS. Do you play any other games in your spare time? Okay. Yes, so I don't have any gaming consoles in Japan. At my boyfriend's grandparents' house, he has this Wii, so whenever we visit, we will play Smash or like Wii Sports, the two games that he still has. But yeah, my favorite is Animal Crossing or Super Mario Galaxy, but I played a lot of Nintendo games growing up, so I'm a Nintendo person. Yes. I would like to get more into gaming though. I like watching other people play video games, like streams, or I watch like YouTube videos of streams that are uploaded onto YouTube. Okay, what's your favorite song? So my favorite song right now is not a representation of my music preferences as a whole, because it's always changing and it's always a different artist, different genre, different time period. Today I really like Mariah Carey, Why You So Obsessed With Me. It's just in my head and I just dance to it, so it's a good song. But it's not like my favorite song of all time. It's just my favorite one today. Yeah. Thank you for your question. Can you make more ramble videos? That's so funny because I think I have been doing that. My last 3 videos were ramble videos, and I love doing ramble videos, so yes, I'll do more ramble videos. Thank you. This Q&A is like one long ramble. Wow. Ramble. And I think we're almost 2 hours in. That's crazy. Okay, Canned Sass says, favorite shows, games, movies, books, etc. Okay, shows, Curious George. And then I grew up watching a lot of old TV shows from like the 50s, 60s, 70s that my parents watched growing up because they liked watching their shows, so I watched them with my parents. So things like the Andy Griffith Show, I really like. I Love Lucy, The Brady Bunch. This one, actually one of my favorites because I like mystery thriller type stuff, is Alfred Hitchcock. I like his films and his show. So he did a show where it would be like either a 30-minute or an hour-long episode of like some mystery. But his movies are also very, very good. So I like those kinds of shows. And then for like current shows, oh my goodness, my boyfriend and I became really into SWAT. That's like the only current day TV show that I've been watching. SWAT. Yeah, we got hooked on it. Yeah. And then for like animated shows, Curious George, or the anime that I listed earlier. Games, Animal Crossing. Movies, the Curious George movie. Books. Oh goodness, books. Oh goodness. I really liked Kitchen by Banana Yoshimoto. I read the English translation though. But I like mystery books or romance books, and Kitchen by Banana Yoshimoto, I don't know what it is. It's not mystery and it's not really romance either. It's like coming of age type book, but I really enjoyed the style that it was written in. It was like a relaxing read, so it's memorable. Okay, thank you. Mag King says, what can't you get in a vending machine? That's such a good question, because what can't you get is easier to answer than what can you get, because literally you can get anything. Like I saw a ramen vending machine where it spits out hot ramen. I have no idea how it does that. Cake vending machines, of course, any drink imaginable. There's stuff in vending machines, like clothes. If you need an extra suit shirt, there'll be one somewhere. What can't you get in a vending machine? I think like a live animal, like a cat. I don't think you can get that in a vending machine. But pretty much any food or drink or useful item that you may need in your daily life, you can get in a vending machine. Yeah. Hot drinks too, which I thought was interesting. Yeah, live animals you can't get in a vending machine. Thank you. What sort of music do you listen to? I've already answered this. I'm sorry, Delaney. But I listen to everything. Some of my favorite artists right now, I really like Malcolm Todd. I really like Twice, and my mind is blanking. See, whenever I have to think of names of people and stuff, I go blank. Rappers, I like Lil Wayne, and I started listening to like UK drill rap, like Central C, and I think the lyrics are very clever and it's enjoyable for me. I started listening to Afro beats. So hello, like when I have to think of the names of anything that I listen to, my mind goes blank. Oh, Burna Boy, obviously. Yeah, like Burna Boy, or like Wizkid, or like Dave is another, I think, UK rapper. Yeah. That's something new that I started listening to this year. Not this year, last 6 months. It's a new year. It's 2024. Classic rock, Guns N' Roses, probably Aerosmith, Guns N' Roses, favorite rock bands. My Chemical Romance, Fall Out Boy, for like emo type rock. All Time Low, my favorite like punk type rock. Yeah, R&B, SZA, Frank Ocean, Jack Johnson. I'll listen to anything. If it makes me feel something, I like it. Japanese music as well. Okay, thank you. And I'm always open to song recommendations. David Jacob. What advice would you give to someone starting a YouTube channel, or things that you wish you knew? Okay, so it depends on what your goal is. So first, I would say to anyone, post what you want and what you like, so that you enjoy it. It's very important. But in terms of like strategic, if you want to grow your channel fast, your first 10 videos should be on the same type of topic. And so you need to figure out like what is going to be the special thing about your channel. Like, why do people want to watch you? And when you're just starting out, nobody knows who you are, so it's not going to be for you. There needs to be something else exciting about you. So decide what you want that to be. For example, if you travel a lot, it could be about traveling. Or if it's ASMR, it's about ASMR. And then once you gain some subscribers and get more known for the specific thing, then you can hook people with your personality, because you have people watching now. So now give them something to like, I would say, and show more and more of yourself if you're comfortable with that. But yeah, I think, oh, no ambulance. Okay. Sorry, maybe you can still hear the ambulance. This is a really good question. I wanna answer this very thoroughly, but I really stress in the beginning consistency and sticking to a specific type of content, and then it will catch onto the algorithm. That's what I did, and it helped me a lot, for sure. And then once you kind of get the ball rolling, you can branch out and start to be more flexible or express more freedom in the types of videos that you upload. But yeah, and just think about who's watching your videos and why. Always have that purpose in mind. And then advice that I would give, or something that I wish I knew, is that if anybody comments something negative, it's more of a reflection of them, not a reflection of you. Because imagine how miserable your life has to be that you take the time to comment something negative about somebody you don't even know on the internet. Like, that's ridiculous. So you don't take any negativity personal. No. They're probably just jealous that you're so brave to upload videos for yourself online. So that's what I would say. Thank you for your good question. Okay. EHJAHHHHHH said, what's advice you would give to your younger self? And I love you. Thank you. You're very, very sweet. This heart is for you. Advice I would give to my younger self. Oh, goodness. There's a lot. Advice I would give to my younger self. It's cool to do what you want to do and not what everyone else is doing. And I think that's advice that a lot of people give to their younger self, because especially in middle school, when your hormones are going all types of different directions and you're becoming an adult and you become very socially aware and you're very self-conscious at that stage in life. And yeah, I had a rough time, and I was just super hyper aware of what other people thought of me, and that really held me back for a long time. And I used to believe that it's better to not express myself than to express myself and get judged for it, because I would rather not be judged and just stay quiet. And that is such a sad way of thinking. And I can't believe I really thought that for most of my adolescence. And it wasn't until probably after I graduated high school when I really started to express myself in terms of like talking with new people or wearing what I want to wear and saying what I want to say and liking what I want to like. So, and that was just the most freeing thing. So I would say, yeah, the coolest thing you can do is to do what you want to do, regardless of what other people do. Yeah. Thank you for your question. Okay, it's me says favorite book. Yeah, I'll go with Kitchen by Banana Yoshimoto. Favorite song for today, Mariah Carey. Wow, you're so obsessed with me. But I also really like Kiss of Life. I don't know the name. Kiss of Life, their new popular song. Oh my gosh, what is it called? I'm sorry, it's a Kiss of Life song, which is a K-pop girl group that's relatively new. Favorite movie show, Curious George for both. Favorite place you've been, Shida Kawago, Japan. How tall are you? I'm 171 centimeters, or like 5'7.5". Favorite color? It changes, but not daily. It changes like over the years. And it was baby light pink for a very long time. And then I think it became more lavender for the last year or two. And recently I've been liking a very natural green, but like earthy, like leaves type of like nature green. I like an olive green. Yeah. But probably pink, I would still say. I like pink. Thank you for your, oh, you're still going. Biggest ick, if you have any. Oh my god, biggest ick. Biggest ick. Very general, but just like rude people. Biggest ick. And people who aren't considerate. I want to have a more unique one. Something that really bothers me. Something that really, oh my goodness. Okay, I'm so sorry for this. But I'm so sorry, men, I'm so sorry for what I'm about to say, and I might get some backlash for this, but men who wear flip-flops and have their toes on display for all to see, because most of the time, it's not a pretty sight, and I'm really sorry about that. I'm really sorry. I understand if you're going to the beach, you gotta do what you gotta do, but just like in daily life at the grocery store, it's not my favorite. I'm sorry. Yeah. Favorite YouTuber can be any. Right now I really like Cody Co. I like Taylor R. I love her vlogs. Yeah. Thank you for your questions. Those were all very lovely. Okay. Bentaniberto says, can you please give me the link where you buy your Blue Yeti microphone? I love to buy one, but I'm still saving money. Maybe soon. I would like to know the link where you buy yours. Okay, I didn't buy it online is the problem. I got it from Office Depot in the United States. But I think if you just type in Blue Yeti microphone, silver, it is the like standard one, not the nano, but like the standard Blue Yeti. That's the one that I have. Yes. Thank you for your question. What's your favorite food? I love cheese. If it's Western food, then anything with cheese. A really good pasta with some cheese on it. That's delicious. Pizza. If it's Japanese food, I really like miso katsu. I love salmon is my favorite kind of sushi. I like breakfast foods a lot. I love going out to brunch. So like French toast, waffles, pancakes, that kind of stuff. Love it. Love it with a really good coffee. Yeah. This question is so good. Who do you play as a Mario Kart? Okay, I went through phases, but I think King Boo. I did a lot of King Boo. And I did a lot of Dry Bones. Dry Bones, King Boo. It makes me sound quite evil, but Dry Bones, King Boo, and then Rosalinda. Rosalinda. I never remember if it's Linda or Lena, but Rosalina, Dry Bones, King Boo. My rotation. Thank you. Favorite anime manga, LN drama movie. Hunter Hunter, Death Note, Attack on Titan, drama. I watched this really good Korean drama a few years ago, and I can't remember oh gosh, what is it called? It's called, something, Flower of Evil? Maybe it's Flower of Evil, Flower of something. I think it's Flower of Evil is the English translation. And it was really good. Like the best K-drama I've ever watched, the best drama in general that I've ever watched. Yeah, thank you so much. Taki says, do you have a vision for the future? Kind of, but I prefer, I like a loose vision of like, here's some things in general that I'd like to be doing, but not like a very specific, here's my plan. I'm more of a go with the flow person, and I've kind of changed over the years. I used to be very like, this is what I must do. But things change, and I think when COVID hit is when I changed, because that kind of shut down every plan everyone had, right? And especially I wanted to study abroad, and my plan was to travel, and I couldn't do any of that for 2 years. And it just gave me the perspective of you can't control life all the time. So I learned to be more flexible. So I do have a vision for the future. I would like to be doing something with teaching, something with language. I would like to have a family. I would like to have kids. I would like to experience different cultures. I would like to learn more languages. I would like to see different parts of the world, and I want to be happy. Listen to a lot of music and eat a lot of yummy food. And have cats and a dog. I like dogs too. Thank you, Tucky. Hello, friendo2 says, ever been in a fist fight? No. Oh, no, wait. With my brother growing up, yeah, we fought a lot. But instead of fists, I used my legs and I kicked. I kicked hard and I was very good at that. And I won sometimes. But in a real fist fight, no. I'm not a fighter. I'll run away. Thank you. Ivan says, were you affected by the earthquake? No. I am very fortunate that I was far enough away that I did not really feel anything. Thank you for your considerate question. What Made You Move to Japan by Ayuna Carter. I'll do a very short version of the story because I already told it. Boyfriend, studied abroad in America, met him, fell in love. He had to go. COVID happened. Long distance for 2 years, America to Japan. I started studying Japanese during those 2 years. And decided to study abroad at his university so that we could be together again. After I lived here, I fell in love. I didn't want to go back to America, so I figured out a way that I could stay and got a different visa, and now I'm here. Thank you. So yeah, I didn't have any like childhood dream of living in Japan. I never expected I would be here, so you never know where love will take you. You never know. Matthew says, tomorrow a magician offers a choice, $900,000 or 900,000 more subscribers. Which would you select? Okay, so this is an interesting one because I would like to have faith in myself that I could get the 900,000 more subscribers organically. And if you do have 1 million subscribers, assuming that you get that many views, you're going to make money from AdSense from YouTube. And I could probably make the 900,000 on my own if I had that number of subscribers. So the smart choice would be to choose the subscribers. However, if I believe that I can get that number of subscribers on my own, then I should just choose the money. But I also believe that I have the capability to make that money on my own as well. And my too proud ego says that I don't need that from the magician and I can get both on my own. But I guess I would say subscribers, not because I like get a lot of prestige from saying I have 1 million subscribers. Like, yeah, that's cool. But I think strategically it makes more sense because you could make the money. Whereas if I had the money, I couldn't just like buy this. I guess I could buy subscribers, but I don't know. That doesn't really count. So yeah, I would say the subscribers strategically. Thank you. Do you play any video games? Not currently, but my favorite ones to play are Animal Crossing. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm almost to the end of the 126 comments. Okay, what are your hobbies? Augustine. So I've already kind of answered this, Augustine, but I really like traveling and taking photos of the beautiful things that I see. I really like music, and I didn't say this earlier, but I do like dancing. I did dance for like 13 years growing up. I don't do it seriously now, but just for fun. I love anything relating to music, anything relating to language. I like studying different languages. And I like going to convenience stores and eating snacks. And I like going to animal cafes and petting the cats and drinking coffee. Thank you. Oh, and I like filming vlog style videos and editing is like a creative thing that I like to do. Thank you very much. And then Guy Jackson says, how are you doing really? How are you doing really? Okay. Jesus, right now, I give myself like a 7 out of 10 because I'm very grateful to have a lot of the things that I have, that I'm able to live where I want to live and be doing really cool things that I never thought I'd be able to do. However, I'm kind of in a transition period where I have no idea what I'm doing with my life. And I'm 23. I just turned 23. And I am in a bit of a quarter life crisis where I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm applying for a job and it's like kind of difficult to get and I don't know if I'll get it. And then I just don't know where I'm going to be in 1 year from now, depending on which job I choose and where I'll be living and stuff. And if I go back to school and when, and like, what the heck am I doing? And I miss my family and my friends in America, but I can't go back, but I can, but I don't want to, but do I? I don't know. Yeah, so there's just a big question mark, I would say, that's kind of stressing me out, is fear of the unknown in the future. So that's why I say 7 out of 10. However, I'm very grateful and lucky to have what I do have and be able to be where I am today. So thank you for asking. That's how I'm doing, really. Somebody says, what's one thing you would bring from America to Japan? Deodorant, deodorant, deodorant. Good quality deodorant. Every time I go back to America, I bring it back with me. I bring back like 5 every time. You're not going to find it here. You're not. Yeah, deodorant. Thank you. Okay. Oh, this is my favorite question. If your credit card number was equal to the amount of money you had, how much money would you have? Hilarious. And then why you started ASMR. I was bored during COVID quarantine in 2020, and I felt this intuition that I'm going to be successful at it, and I was right. So I did it. And then what is your favorite, this is the last question on the comments here, but what is your favorite movie of all time? Yeah, the Curious George movie, and there's probably more if I really think about it, but it's what comes to mind is the Curious George movie, and National Treasure. Congrats on 100k, Alise. Thank you. Been here since 4k. No way. 4k. Thank you. I was still in my bedroom at my parents' house. That's crazy. Thank you so much. This is iMickey33. Thank you, iMickey33. I'm very happy to end on iMickey33. So that is it for the comments under the community tab post. And then in this video, there should be comments with questions, but not as many. And I gotta find where it is here. I think it's this. Where is it? Oh, I don't think this is it. Oh, I don't think this is it. Shoot. Is it? I think it was that one though, wasn't it? Maybe it's this one? No, it's definitely not that one. I'm sorry, guys. Hi, everybody. Oh, jeez. Oh my god, I hate comment. Ooh, somebody doesn't like me. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't think we're gonna pause and I'm gonna find which video it was that people commented on. Okay, I remembered it was on a role play. The staple ones were here. Okay, this is the final questions. So I'm just gonna go through and see where the questions are. Okay. Oh, do you think you'll do any more linguistic videos in the future? Yes. Thumbs up. Yes. I'm gonna do a part 2 to the IPA chart, International Phonetic Alphabet, and I'd like to talk about morphology as well. So yes, and just about like languages in general. So yes, thank you. Okay, I'm learning Japanese, and this is from Chris. I'm learning Japanese and wanted to know what advice do you have and how long did it take you to become fluent? I started studying in August of 2020. I started a class at my university, and it is now, so that's, stop, don't tell me it's been 3.5 years. Oh goodness. Yeah, it's been almost 3.5, it's been over 3 years since I started studying Japanese, and so yeah, but until I moved to Japan. Moving to Japan was obviously a very big catalyst. So I studied for like a year and a half, and I've been here like a year and a half. So yeah. So I studied like by the books very heavily for like a year and a half in America. I'm at university. It was a very intense course, and then I finally got to like apply everything when I moved here, and it was a lot at first, and I felt like my Japanese was so bad when I first got here, but then after about 3 months I finally started to be able to be like very conversational. And then working was the next thing when I started working with modeling, because all my modeling jobs, everything's in Japanese. And making a lot more Japanese friends, and I just started like living my life in Japanese. So yeah, that's how I became fluent, I would say, is living in Japan. And I know that's not something everyone can do, but it just forces you every day. Everything you hear and everything you say is in Japanese. You're kind of get pretty good at it. I think that's the best way. Any advice that I have is make it part of your daily routine as best as you can. So you need to be really strict with it. So my class required homework every single day and a quiz every day, which sounds intense, but it held us accountable to where we had to be studying every single day. And that helped a lot. So find a way to be able to study every day is my advice. And make a Japanese friend that you can talk with. Thank you for your question. What kind of ASMR do you dislike? Eating ASMR just makes me hungry and not sleepy. Are you currently or previously ever an art student? No, never have been and never will be. I don't know why I did the art student roleplay thing. I don't know. I wanted to do a drawing on your face, but I needed a reason. Like, what's the storyline here? And I was like, who would do drawing on the face? Art student. And so that's how I did it. Can you talk about your experience as a model? And then how do you start, and what was your favorite project? Yes. So as I mentioned, I started in Japan, and I started when I was still a student, so it was kind of more part-time when I started. And it was for the purpose of I need a visa when my student visa expires. And most of the work that I do as a model here is for clothing brands. So I kind of fit the sample sizes. I'm not too tall. If you're too tall, you can't do a lot of modeling work here, especially for fashion, because the sizes are a bit smaller than in the West. So I fit the sample sizes pretty well. Yeah, and there's just a lot of fashion brands. So that's just the bulk of what I do. And it's really fun because I get to try on a lot of clothes, and I like clothes. And I like meeting new people, and like makeup artists, I can learn a lot from them, and from like hairstylists and stuff. And photographers are always really interesting people. So yes. And it's helped me a lot with my self-confidence, be able to handle myself in a lot of different kinds of vulnerable situations. Yeah. And my favorite project that I ever did was an ad. I like acting. It's really fun, and I wish I could get more into acting. Preferably, I would like to do, like, be in a drama acting. That would be so cool, to play like a bit part, or even just in other TV commercials. So I did one TV commercial where I was playing the part as a worker for a company that was doing the ad, and it was really fun. It was so fun. It's just fun to pretend to be someone else, and it didn't feel like work at all. I felt like I was just playing and like having fun. So that was definitely my favorite. Thank you. You're very sweet. Oh, greetings from Costa Rica. Oh my goodness. Oh, your English is fantastic, so don't you worry about that. This is Mary Lolliet. Your questions are so sweet. Thank you. How did you get into ASMR? How'd you hear about it and want to make videos yourself? Betty Bob, I'm sorry I've already answered this, but yeah. My friend told me about it in 10th grade, and I didn't think anything of it for 2 years. years. And then one night I couldn't sleep senior year of high school before the first day, and so I decided to try it out, and it was lovely, but it didn't make me fall asleep, but I liked it, so I kept watching it. And then I got into the habit, and it helped me get sleepy, and that's how I got into it. And then a few years later, 2020 quarantine during COVID, I was bored, and I decided why not. I had a good intuition about it, and that's how we got here today. Thank you for your question, Betty. Do you watch Studio Ghibli films? Oh goodness, yeah. I have a lot of old memories when I was a little baby watching like Spirited Away and Totoro and stuff. Favorite I like, oh goodness, probably Howl's Moving Castle. Yeah. Sending much love your way. No, sending you back. Thank you. Very, very lovely, sweet question. Thank you. Matthew says, if you had to live the rest of your life in either a very small bungalow or a palace where the upstairs and downstairs is separated by a 100-step staircase, which would you go for? Definitely the palace, and I simply would not go upstairs. I would just live downstairs in the palace. Thank you so much. Very interesting question. Okay. What's your favorite anime and anime you're looking forward to? My favorite anime I've said is Death Note and Hunter x Hunter and Attack on Titan, and anything I'm looking forward to, if Hunter x Hunter will continue or not. It's kind of a big question mark on that one. Yeah. Thank you. Oh goodness, we're getting close to the end, I think. This person, not a question, but I need a whole video of you saying, I need a cup of coffee as a trigger. Oh, that's funny. That is so funny. I am going to pin that comment because that is funny. Okay. Nothing calms me like my face being stable. Okay. Any question. What's your favorite drink to order at Starbucks? If it's in America, iced oat milk latte with toffee nut syrup. And if it's in Japan, then a matcha latte. It tastes really good here. It's good in America, but it's better here. What's your favorite book? Kitchen, Banana Yoshimoto. Congrats on 100K. Thank you. Big hearts to you. Stretchcraft. Thank you so much. If you were to describe yourself as a hot dog, what toppings would you have? That's crazy. Okay. Oh God. So if I'm gonna eat it, I'm gonna put ketchup and mustard and maybe relish if I'm feeling fancy. But if it's me, I'm actually quite simple. If it's me. So I would be a grilled one. Not a boiled one. I would be a grilled one. And I would be on a white bread bun, no whole wheat, no thank you. And the toppings that I would have, oh my God, I think I would have barbecue sauce. I've never had a hot dog with barbecue sauce, but that just sounds like it would be me. Like, it's almost ketchup, but you're adding a little something special to the ketchup to make it into barbecue sauce. Because I'm not like other girls. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. That was a joke. But my answer stands. Hot dog with barbecue sauce. That's what I would be. That's a good question. Thank you. Liked. What's your favorite anime if you have one? Pineapple Chief. Fantastic question. I just answered it again, so I'm not going to say it again. But thank you. Have you ever visited the Dominican Republic? No, but I would love to. I've heard beautiful things about the beaches and stuff. Yes, I am interested. Are you interested in learning Spanish? Yes. So, I'm so shy to speak Spanish because I feel like my spoken Spanish is not good. Pero yo tomé las clases por 5 años porque I don't speak a lot of Spanish now. Like, even just saying what I said, I'm cringing at myself because I feel like my accent is so bad. But if I read it, I can understand like 90%. I studied it for 5 years in high school. And I have a lot of Spanish speaking friends because I grew up in Florida. But yeah, I would love to re-delve into my Spanish studies and actually become confident in speaking it. But Yeah, thank you for your comment. Hello from North Carolina. Hi, North Carolina. What's your favorite trigger to do versus your least? I like rambling, but I don't know if that's a trigger, but I like doing soft-spoken personal attention stuff because it's relaxing for me. And then my least is eating. Yeah, eating. What laundry detergent do you use? That's such a good question. Okay, so I was having trouble finding a good laundry detergent in Japan that smelled good because a lot of it just smells like chemicals, and I think Japanese people are kind of, in general, I've heard and from my friends and stuff, that are sensitive to strong perfume smells, so they don't add a lot of perfume smells to laundry detergents. So it took me a while to find one that I like, but then, okay, this is so strange, but I was at a doctor's office, and I got like injured, so I had to get like physical therapy, and I was going like once a week, and the same physical therapist that I would see a lot, and this guy always smelled really good, but not like cologne, but like laundry. And I was like, what laundry detergent is he using? And I got comfortable enough, and like we were friendly enough, and I was like, I'm sorry if this is weird, but what laundry detergent do you use? Because it smells really good. And he told me, and it's called ball. It's just boru. It's literally just ball in Japanese. And it's the pink one. And it's like Tide Pods, like Japanese version of Tide Pods. And the pink one, it smells really nice. And yeah, so that's what I use. Thanks to my physical therapist. Okay. What is your heritage? Like, oh, this is from Stana. What is your heritage? Like, where are you from, etc.? Of course, you don't have to answer if you're not comfortable. Love your vids. Thank you. You're really sweet. So I don't know too well on my father's side. Big old mix of all kinds of European. A whole lot of white. I don't know on my father's side. And then on my mom's side, her grandmother is Native American, Appalachian Cherokee, which is like the most percentage of something. Everything else is just a mix of white. So a whole lot of white and a tiny amount of Appalachian Cherokee. I don't know. I think my mom's mother is like German and Irish. I don't know. I'm going to have to do one of those ancestry DNA tests because it's a big question mark. I wish I could pinpoint like different countries and stuff. But yeah. Thank you. Yeah, my great grandma's Cherokee though. But I don't think there's enough. It's been real watered down by a lot of Europeans. So I don't claim to be Native American. I don't look Native American, and I don't know the culture or anything. So I don't claim it, but it is like a tiny piece of somewhere in the bloodline. I feel like a lot of white people say that in America, so I'm sorry. Thank you for your question. I'm curious. I'd like to learn more about my heritage, so I should do a DNA test. Thank you. Saturn Spotter says, what's your favorite car? I like Mini Coopers. I think they're very cute. I like Mini Coopers. Thank you for asking. Next, why did you decide to learn Japanese and move to Japan? I've answered this one a lot, but yeah, my boyfriend. And yeah. So, yeah, it's his fault. It's his fault. I accidentally fell in love with a Japanese person. So I learned his language, and then I came to visit, and then I never went back home to America. That's what had happened. Okay. Are you an artist? No. 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 Stop. That's the last question. Guys, everyone, attention. We've answered all the questions. No way. Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow. That was a lot. This is going to be my longest video ever, and I think I'm going to do it all in one. Like, surprise, here's a 3-hour video. You get so much Alise all at once. Wow. I think I answered like 200 questions. Maybe. Because a lot of you asked multiple ones, so at least 200. And my tea's gone cold. I was so focused on my questions that I never drink my tea. That was so fun. What time is it? Wow. It's 2 in the morning and I think I started before 12. If you're still here and if you sat through all that, then you deserve an award. You're the hero. You're the one. You're incredible. So thank you. Thank you so much to everyone who asked the questions. That was really fun. And it got me thinking a lot about myself. So I appreciate all that. That was really fun. That was so fun. I love talking about myself. I'm sorry. Thank you so much. And thank you for 100,000 subscribers. I'm so happy. I'm very, very happy and very grateful. And for the next fun thing that we'll be doing is a subscribers do ASMR. So I'll be accepting videos very soon. I'll post more about that shortly. Here comes an ambulance. I gotta go. Thank you guys. That was so fun. Thank you. Bye.